Hi there, welcome to Unscripted with me, Grace. As always, we are so grateful for your time. Thank you for watching the show. And of course, special thanks to our lovely location, Radisson Blue here in Arboretum. Thank you for hosting us. Now today our show is a reminder to just never give up on our dreams, because indeed they do come true. You just have to hang in there. It's gonna happen. So stay right there. You can see what I'm talking about. Hi there, welcome to Unscripted. Thank you as always for making time for us. Our show today is one of a kind. Gladyss, welcome to Unscripted.
Thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you for making time for us.
Yes, I appreciate to be here.
Yes.
To inspire somebody, because I'm always on the side of receiving.
Is
I watch
so?
the stories and get inspired.
Yes, your story is quite something. I heard it and I was like, we must have you on the show. So
Thank
before
you.
we get into it, you can tell people, who is Gladyss?
Yeah, so my name is Gladys Wanjiku. I am a single mother of one and a foster parent of 3 girls. Yeah, so I am the founder of an initiative called Blessed to Transform. It is in Korogocho slums. We started it in the year 2016. And it's an initiative that I started as my thanksgiving to God because of the journey that we have gone with God. The many hurdles God has taken me through, especially my academic life.
Fantastic.
So I just thought, let me do an initiative to just give thanks to
back.
God. Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
I guess you've already mentioned where you grew up, Korogocho.
Yeah.
Take us to that time and how you grew up and how it was.
Actually, I grew up in Limuru.
I see.
Yeah, that's where I did my class 8. I'm the firstborn of my family. And when I did my class 8, I joined Form 1 just like any other child, and I went up to Form 3. I'm brought up by a single mother too. So when I got into Form 3, she got unwell, and she was not able to raise my school fees and sustain my 2 other siblings. So at some point, the school chased us home to go and pick the school fees because we had accumulated fees. So me, when I was chased home to go and come back with school fees, I did not manage to go back to school. Because
so that's why you had to drop out?
Yeah, that's now when I dropped out, because I came home and I found my mom very sick and bedridden. And she was not going to, she used to sell in a market in Limuru. She was not going anywhere, she's sick. She didn't even have money to go and see a doctor. So basically when she saw me come back home with my school bag, she politely told me, just let me have a chance to educate your sibling, at least to where you went up to.
Because they were younger than you?
They were younger than me.
I see.
So for me now, that was a very polite way mom could have told me, you're not going back to school. It was so tough because I was very passionate about education, but there was nothing that we could have done at that time. Now, being the firstborn of the family, I had to think very fast. I have a sick mother who needs medication, doctor's attention. I have my siblings who need food. My mom cannot provide for them. So I looked at the situation and it was very horrible. And I thought, how can I help my mother? Because now I'm like the only person who can step in and help her. So at that time, I thought I need to get a job and do what I can do as a firstborn.
At how old?
I was Form 3, I was around 16 years there, 17.
You're forced to grow up and become an adult.
You have to.
You were thinking, I need to get a job.
Yes, you need to get a job. Our house need to be paid. We used to live in a small 1-room mabati house because we don't even have food. We had reached to a point whereby even our neighbors are the ones who could pass by our house and give us some food, yeah. So I talked to my friend, she's called Wanja, and I told Wanja, please get me a job. And then Wanja was like, which kind of a job? You at least, you know now Wanja had not even gone up to class 8.
So your friend Wanja.
She was feeling it's ironical. Yeah. What kind of a job can I get you? And you've gone up to high school. Then I told her, Wanja, me, I need a job like yours. She used to be a house girl. Then Wanja was like, you want to be a house girl? Then I told her, yes, I want to be a house girl because I need to provide for my family. So Wanja luckily got me a job very fast. There's a lady who had already told her that she needs a house manager. So I got the job. The following day I was told to go and meet Wanja. I remember when I told my mom I'm going to work.
What did she say?
my mom was so heartbroken. Aww. Because now she was thinking, how can my Form 3 daughter go and work as a house girl? Then I told her, Mom, you know, I need to get you medication. You need to go see a doctor. We need to pay the house and all this. I need to help you.
Did you have any moments of your own of feeling bad for yourself? Oh, I should be in class, or you see your other classmates or friends? Or were you thinking, for you it seemed like you were determined, this is my role, and you went on with it?
I was feeling bad because I'm not in class, because I really loved to finish my school. So I'm feeling bad, but then I have to raise to the occasion. Forget myself for a minute and just think about my family. So, yeah. So I got the job in Buruburu Estate, where I worked as a house girl for 2 years. The 2 years were a bit tough for me, because now when I got the job and now I've started earning, I started earning 1,500 per month. I could send almost all this money to my family so that they can have some upkeep. Then now reality started sinking in. Now will I forever be a house girl? What happens to my education? Then the church I used to go to in Buruburu, you can imagine, all the youth who are my age mates are in college, in university, they have something they are doing. So when we meet in church and we are introducing ourselves, they could all say, I am so-and-so, I'm in the University of Nairobi, I'm so-and-so, I'm in college. And I would feel embarrassed. So when it comes to my turn, I can't say I'm Gladyss and I'm a house girl.
What were you saying?
So I would say, I am Gladyss and I love Jesus.
Amen, still.
So that's how short my introduction would be. But every time I would sit down, I would tell God, God, please, one day give me a proper introduction about myself. Yes.
Very direct.
Very direct. So I did that house job for two years. In the process of 2 years, the lady that I was working for was very kind and very friendly. Actually, I used to call her mom. She just loved me. And I got a home in her home. So this lady, I used to share with her my passion for education. And she said she's going to support me, get scholarship, knock every door that we have to knock until I get a scholarship. So we tried to ask for scholarship from our church where we used to go to, but not because of my very good relationship with this lady. The church concluded that I am a relative to this lady, and so this lady just wants to burden the church for me to get the scholarship, whereas she's in a position.
So you didn't get it?
I didn't get it.
Oh no.
Yes, but you know, that one can tell you how good this lady was to me. So when we got that feedback, the lady just encouraged me and told me, you know what, don't you worry. God's door, nobody can close it. You are still my daughter. They said, you're my daughter, you're still my daughter. So we used to pray so much with her. I remember there are times she could come and find me busy working in the house, and then she would just call me. She used to call me Shiko. Shiko, come, just sit down here. I want to pray for you. And then I remember that lady, she used to tell me, you know, I'm praying for you. One day you'll be a rich woman. And one day you'll employ somebody like I have employed you. Somebody will work so well in your house the way you're working in my house. Because she used to find her house so neat until she would just tell me, just sit here and I pray for you. So she would I would sit down and she would pray for me, and I see the results of those prayers today. We are still in communication with her. She visits me. She gets happy when she sees my life.
So she was like an angel in that season of your life.
She was like an angel to me.
Oh, amen.
So we continued with our search for school. But now, during that time, the reality of me being a school dropout became real every day. And I would feel it so much. I remember there are times she could send me to go to the market or to the shop. If it's evening time and I find students coming from school and going home, I would stop buying whatever I am buying and then look at the students in their uniform, admire them, just get lost in thoughts, follow them with my eyes. I just follow them, until they disappear. Then now I come back.
Did you have any low moments in that season? What was your lowest moment?
My lowest moment is to feel like I am somebody who will never make it in life. because now, you know, a house girl, it would be so hard to think a house girl can come from there to there. Yeah, to who I am today. So I was sometimes feeling, now this is my lifetime career. Maybe if this house, I get bored with this house, I'll get another house, a better pay. And that one used to, I was saying that would be my survival tactics, but it was so hurting because that's not what I wanted. So at some point, I got another job at a school where I worked as a chef, as a cook. Okay. So I used to cook for the school.
And you specifically chose a school, so you can be in a school environment?
Actually, I did not even choose.
I see.
One day when you were in this church, the church you were going to is the churches when you finish the service, you go outside, you greet each other and all that. So one day, we were greeting outside, and then this one lady spots me, and I don't know the lady. She was a stranger to me. And then she said, oh, can I talk to you? Then we talked. And then she said, actually, I'm looking for somebody who can cook for the kids in my school.
Oh.
Get me somebody, or would you be interested? Then I was like, what is the salary? The salary was 4,500 per month.
That's a leap from 1,500, isn't
yes,
it?
It is 3 times.
Imagine.
Yeah, so I went back to Mrs. Ndongo's home, and then I told Mrs. Ndongo, there's this job I've gotten to work as a school cook in one of the schools in Buruburu. What do you think about it? Because I never wanted to hurt her. And then because she was too motherly for me, she told me, Gladyss, take the job. I would have wanted you to stay here and work for me, but take the job so that you can grow. So I took the job. But now when I was in Mrs. Ndongo's house, I had already gotten a boyfriend.
Aha.
Yes.
I think we'll take a short break. We'll be right back and hear more about this boyfriend and how that went. Stay right there. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. You were telling us before the break.
Yeah.
You got a new job,
yeah,
and you also had a boyfriend.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I had a boyfriend when I was in Mrs. Ndongo's house. And this boyfriend of mine used to be a house boy in one house after hours. So we started a relationship, house girl, house boy relationship. Mm-hmm. And we continued dating even when I was doing the school job, yeah. But at some point, now he said that we need to settle down and get married. I remember I told him before I agreed to getting married, if you can allow me to have some time to try some few more chances on going back to school, then I would appreciate, because I really feel I need to do my KCSE.
So that conviction never left you?
Never left me.
You had to get your education?
Yeah. I was actually every day feeling, I wish I can get a lot of money to save and go back to school. So I told him, I think I don't want to get married right now. Let's first of all seek more opportunities on how I can go back to school. But you know, he told me, you know, when a guy wants you, even if you say you want the best car, he will tell you you will get it very soon. Mm-hmm. So he told me, don't you worry. Your concern right now is just for you to go back to high school, which I am able to do it. Even after you're married to me, come to my house, I can take you to high school.
Oh, that's what he promised.
Yeah, and he promised me, and the promise was so sure. And I said, if he has promised me, and from the word go, he has understood my passion, then that's okay.
What happened though?
Then we got married. After now I got my daughter, Abigail, is when I realized that the promise was never going to be, because every time I would ask him about me going back to school, he would keep procrastinating. Don't you worry, I'll take you back. I'm still remembering about it. You know, like always pushing it forward. But now when I got my daughter, it dawned on me. Now I've gotten my firstborn. Before I know it, my secondborn will come. Before I know it, and then before I know it, I can't go back to school, because now it will be time for the kids to school, not me. So at that time now, that's when we started differing and we started having conflicts, because I told him, I think I communicated to him my desire and my passion for education, and it is beyond what I can beat. So I'm going to work on it by myself and find a way how to go about it.
You told him, or this is you said to yourself?
No, I told him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So by that time, when my daughter was very small, after the maternity leave, I started a business in Dandora. I started selling groceries, and I was cutting sukuma wiki for people. But my drive was, I am doing this to save money to go back to school, because I didn't want to remain in that situation forever. So I did my sukuma wiki business for 1 year with a target. And for 1 year, I saved 12,000.
All right.
So 12,000 seemed like too much money for me that time, because I was feeling I have a starting point. So
what did you do with it?
I took my 12,000 and I went to several schools seeking for admission, but which I did not get in some of the private schools.
Why not? The cost, or why not?
It is not even the cost. The teachers feared that I will be the role model to their students. That as a girl, you can get married, get a child, be coming from your husband's house to school. And in the evening, you go back to your husband's house.
I see.
So one teacher disclosed that to me candidly, and he said, you know, this is why we cannot admit you. But I thank God, because the same teacher told me, go to Dandora Secondary. It's a public government school, and they take your kind. Okay. So they would take you. And I thank God because of his referral, because now that's when I met my miracle. I went to Dandora Secondary, and I met this beautiful lady called Mrs. Mwangi. May her soul rest in peace. Mrs. Mwangi was such an angel to me. I went and I sat in her office, and I openly told her about myself. I'm Gladyss. I'm a school dropout for 7 years. I am a wife, and I am a mother. I'm a businesswoman, and I want to come back to school, and I want to register as a private candidate, because remember, I don't have the full consent of my husband. So I don't want to annoy him more by staying so many years in school. So I gave Mrs. Mwangi my whole story. And Mrs. Mwangi, after listening to me, told me, Gladyss, after listening to your story, I can tell you are the kind that makes it. I'm not admitting you as a private candidate, and I'm also not admitting you in Form 3. I'm giving you a vacancy in Form 2. Okay. Pick the momentum and go. Look at that. I was like, no, Mwalimu, you are not understanding me. I am a wife.
I don't have time to go back to Form 2.
My husband will not even allow those 3 years. Then I am a mother. Then I have a business which I don't want to die, like completely die. Then Mwalimu told me, no, take it or leave it. That's what I'm giving you. You will not even do any interview, because you have been out of school for 7 years. And by that time, I'm 26 years, and she's telling me to go back to Form 2.
How did you manage? Did you do it?
Yes, I went back. I needed education that badly. So I went back to Form 2 at 26 years, and already a mother of 1. And a wife by that time.
Wow.
It was tough. But I thank God, because of the Dandora secondary teachers, they were very supportive to me. They would understand my, they would understand my situation. I'm going, in the evening, I have to rush, go breastfeed my baby. Yeah. So she's breastfeeding on the left hand, the right hand is doing the assignment. There are times I don't have somebody to stay with her. They have to get me a house girl. It used to be messy, but they really supported me. You
know, your story is the kind that makes movies, huh?
Yeah.
That's what we see in movies.
Yeah. I thank God.
Through that experience,
yeah.
I don't know, there could be someone watching at home who feels like it's too late for them. Maybe they had a dream they wanted to achieve, to become a writer, to become a business owner, or like you, to go back to school, and you did it.
Yeah.
For you, with all those achievements, others would tell you, but you're a wife, you're a mom, you're a business. Unarudi shule kufanya nini at 26? For you, why was education very important?
For me, I was really feeling to make a turnaround of my life. I need education, because I need good employment, and then good salary. Then I'm able to break the chains of poverty in my life.
Amen.
So for me, my drive was, how can I break this chain? Because you cannot keep mark timing in one place and desiring to go there, and you're not doing any action. You have to stop mark timing, take an action to take you to where you want to be. So that was my drive. And when I took my 12,000, I bought uniform and books. I remained with only school fees for term 1. I didn't know where term 2 will come.
And what happened? How did you manage to finish?
So
Term 2, term 3, what happened?
When I went to Dandora Secondary, again my school fees accumulated and I was almost being chased out of school for the second time. Then I told my close friends, you know what I will do? On Saturdays, I'll be looking for 3 homes. I go wash clothes, and then on Monday, I deposit some money in the school account. Then I'll not be chased home. So you take for me the Saturday class notes. And they said, Gladyss, we are going to support you.
How determined you were.
Yeah. But then just before I implemented that, God just had mercy on me. Because these people from Barclays Bank, today is ABSA. The ABSA Bank then was Barclays Bank. They came and they said they want to do CSR in our school.
I see.
So we were told that particular Saturday, everybody has to come and join the visitors. Okay. Me, I did not go. I was at my rock bottom that day. Wow. Because I was telling God, God, you've really forgotten me. Now I'm almost being chased out of school for the second time. I'll not pull through. My husband had literally said he's not going to be bothered about this. He was calling it my my education madness. So I'm like soldiering alone.
And do you feel like that was happening because, did he finish school?
No, for him, he had not even done class 8.
So he didn't understand this importance you had or this drive you had?
He was calling it madness. Because now he was like, what is all this? Can't you be comfortable? You're making few coins with your business. Can't you be just comfortable and take care of the baby? So when these people came, I did not go to school on that Saturday. Thank God for good friends. Because these my good friends, they mentioned my story to the team leader. And they passionately talked about me in my absence. Until the team leader, Madam Mwago, told those 2 girls, this is my number. I want to talk to that Gladyss.
And they give you a scholarship?
I called Madam Mwago and I told her I'm Gladyss. And then the first question she asked me, are you able to write your story, to put your story in a writing? I told her yes. I did it. She sent a rider from Barclays Plaza to come and pick my story and take it. I think they wanted to share as a department. And of course they said that they have noted there are bright kids in Dandora Secondary, but very needy. So they told Mwalimu, we are going to have a meeting and see how many we can sponsor. So they sponsored 30 students.
Wow. Who
are getting grade A or B and are very needy but very bright.
And how were you doing with your grades?
I squarely was fitting in that criteria.
Oh.
Because when I went back after 7 years of dropping out, I remained position 2 in my class until I did my Form 4.
Well done.
How God did that miracle, only God knows. But I remember I talked to God and I told him, please God, let me never be embarrassed. So now...
And that's the power of determination, I think.
Yes.
So let's take a short break. We'll be right back and hear more about this inspiring woman. Stay right there. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Gladys, before the break, you're telling us how you got a good Samaritan that you enabled you to be able to continue with education in high school.
Yes.
You even went all the way to university.
Yes.
Please tell us how that happened.
Yeah, so now these Barclays people paid our school fees up to Form 4. Actually, they paid our arrears, our current, and they did an advance of Form 4.
Really?
Yeah. So now life in high school became very manageable. No worries.
You didn't have to worry about...
Yeah. But now, that one placed a very big burden in my heart.
How so?
I have to pass this exam, if not for me, for these people. And actually I told God, if I'm not passing for myself, let me pass for the people who are paying my school fees. But I think one person, she's called Kate Mburugu, stood to speak. And then when she was speaking, she brought a turn around of my life.
What did she say?
When she was speaking, she was just inspiring us and she was telling us, now student, you have to work very hard because you see your school fees is already paid. And the people who have paid these school fees, actually, we have taken the money from their pockets. It's not Barclays that has given the money for your school fees. It's my department that have agreed that everybody will be giving a standing order. Every month, they are deducted some amount so that we are able to come up with this money and pay for your school fees. So work hard because it is somebody's money that is paying for your school fees.
You never forgot those words?
I never forgot, because those words made me cry when others are clapping. I really felt tears. I really felt so much love of God. And then I really felt like, how can somebody who does not even know my second name pay my school fees up to Form 4?
Amen.
You know, that really touched my heart. And I remember I told God, if you can send an angel to pay all my high school school fees, then one day when I finish school and get a good job, I will pay school fees for a child that I don't know.
Amen.
So I cleared Form 4. Thank God I passed. I got grade B, and I got a calling letter to join University of Nairobi.
All right.
But now I didn't have money
How
to
did
join.
you manage?
There's one motivational speaker who had come to our school called Mr. Mbogwa.
I love how you were inspired by many people who would
So
speak
many
and
people.
Yeah.
I cannot
You were
tell
in the
my
right-
story without mentioning names.
I love it.
So Mr. Mbogwa came to do inspirational talk to our school one time and gave me his book, Vitamins for Success, because I was the school head girl at that time. Yes. So Mr. Mbogwa took my contact, I took his. So after Form 4, he was eager to know how have I performed, because he knew my story. He called, Gladyss, how are you? How was the exam? How is the result? And all that. And I told him, the results are good. I got grade B. I have a calling letter to join University of Nairobi. And he was very excited. So when are you going? When are we taking you to the campus? I told him, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So what are you planning to do? I'm planning to revive my Sukuma Wiki business. Mr. Mbogwa said that's a big lie from the devil. You cannot sacrifice that much and go back to sell Sukuma Wiki.
Exactly.
I do a radio program. I'm going on air with you next week on this day. We are going to tell your story and appeal to Kenyans to pay your school fees to join University of Nairobi.
Wow.
I went on radio.
Yeah.
We did the program with Mr. Mbogwa. And he appealed to Kenyans to help this girl. And I'm telling you, Grace, Kenyans, may God bless them.
That's true.
Kenyans are generous.
That's true.
Oh, Kenyans are so sweet. They really supported me. They sent money and sent money and sent money. Mr. Mbogwa told me all that money that has been donated, all of it, pay it in the school account and bring me the receipt.
Oh, wow.
I paid and I brought him the receipt. And I was good to join the university.
And just like that, you're in university.
And just like that, I joined the University of Nairobi.
What did you study?
I did sociology and peace studies. Yeah.
Why did you pick that in particular?
Because at first, I wanted to do economics. And then a friend of mine who knows me too well told me, Gladyss, no. You are a people-driven person. Can you do a people-related course? Like something to help you work with the people. So that's how I came to do the sociology part of it. And I love it. If I'm to go to the university, I would still do the same.
And what are you practicing now in your career? In
my career right now, right now I'm doing a business, a nail parlor business. But I have started an initiative.
Blessed to Transform?
It's called Blessed to Transform. It runs in Korogocho, and we started it in the year 2016. Because that is the year I graduated in 2014. In 2016, that's when I got a good job. Remember my promise to God that time? If I get a good job, I'll support a child I don't know. So immediately I got this good job, and now I have a salary. I started the initiative. I went to Korogocho slums. I picked 5 kids that I absolutely did not know. 3 boys and 2 girls. And we started from these 3 boys. Now we are supporting 36 kids. And all this we do without any source of funding from anywhere. I just mobilize my friends. Because when my friends hear what we do, they say, Gladyss, I want to join in. Because we basically pay very little money per child per term. And
you've gone a step further and you have 3 children that you're taking care of at home.
Yeah, I've got 3 girls that are in my engagement in the slum. I came about 3 girls who are sexually abused by the father. They don't have a mother. So when the neighbors alerted us of what the father does to the big girl who is 8 years, we took her to the hospital, got the medical report, then got the dad arrested. They remained homeless. because this bad dad is the one who was taking care of them.
And there was no other family?
No other family, yeah. So I took the girls. Now I'm staying with them in my house. That was since last year, the month of May. We're almost 1 year with them. Now they are good and they're in school.
So you have 4 daughters at home?
Yeah, I have 4 daughters at home. I have also, because of the experiences I got when going to the slum last year when COVID came, I realized that hunger can even kill people very fast in the slum than COVID. Hunger is so real in the slum. So I said the same way God blessed me to be able to mobilize people to pay school fees for these 36 kids, why can't I mobilize my networks and my friends? We be feeding kids every day. So we have a feeding center in Korogocho, as we are talking, whereby we feed every day over 100 kids. Sometimes we do even 150. Sometimes there are too many at the gate. You even wonder, who do you feed, who do you leave out? But all this I do as a way of telling God thank you because of how he has taken me through all the hurdles that I've gone through in life.
When you look at your life now and the little girl who was praying to God and crying, God, you've forgotten me, what comes to mind now when you look at your life now? What can you say?
Number one, I can tell such a person, there is God in heaven. There is God in heaven who does miracles. But before God does the miracles, you have to do what you can do within your power. Take the initiative, take the step. Don't just cry and stay there. What action? Because if I stayed at home, I could not have gotten the Barclays people to pay my school fees when I am at home. I had to pay my 1 term, then wonder where the next term will come from, and then God sent angels. So let us always be in a position to move and make a step. And then I always encourage people, let it not always be about you all the time.
That's true.
Always you receiving, always you getting, because God takes us through seasons. There are seasons for you to receive grace. There are seasons when you really need people to come through for you, stand with you and be with you. And then there are seasons when now God will want you to be the person now who is on the other side of giving, not receiving. So sometimes we get stuck there. Even when we transition and God enables us to be in a position now to give, we are still stuck there. I'm the one who should be getting. Yeah. But it's so blessed if you can be able to mind about another person's life, because even the Bible says, Proverbs 11:25, he who refreshes others will themselves be refreshed. So when I get somebody at a very low times, very hopeless, very desperate, I always remind them, remember God says, he who refreshes others will themselves be refreshed. So what principle is God using here? Because God is a God of principles.
Yes.
Are you refreshing someone for you to ask God for refreshment? The people who, my friends who we feed these kids with, I have friends who donate 1 packet of flour. They tell me, Gladyss, that's all I can afford. I have some who even bring firewood, because we cook with some firewood. And they tell me, hii kidogo nimeokota huko kwa barabara nikaleta. Yes. But what is God seeing when he's in heaven? He's seeing your effort to refresh somebody. He's seeing your heart. In the process, as you're refreshing others, your refreshment is coming. Amen. Yeah, so that is how God works.
In fact, that's how you heal.
Yeah, that's how you
heal. By giving
heal
unto others, you yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Because I used to feel so bad about the academic breakdowns that I had, until now I started standing with the kids in the slum to help pay school fees for them. That's when now I feel like what I went through is a celebration, not pain. Amen. It's a celebration, not pain. So sometimes you do something to help you overcome the pain that you are experiencing at that moment. Amen. Yeah. Just use what you have. Do what you can do at that time. Because like right now, Grace, I can tell you, if I sat down and said, I want to wait for a certain organization to partner with me to feed the kids, those kids would still be hungry up to today. But I thought to myself, I have a friend like Grace, I have another friend, I have 10 friends.
Let's do something.
Even if they gave me 1 packet of flour each, I have 10 packets every day.
Yeah, you fed some children.
I can feed some children with those. So let's start somewhere. 1,000 miles journey starts with one step. The little you are able to do at that, and especially during this COVID time. I wish I can go with you to the slum. You just see the desperation. I was joking with somebody, and I was telling them, Grace, if right now I took you to Korogocho slums with your car keys and with a food hamper on this side, and you ask somebody, choose one, they will leave your car keys and choose the food hamper. Hunger is so real. People, we feed kids, we see them fighting to get struggling. They can even literally fight.
Oh, wow.
I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to take food before you, and they fight. So during these COVID-19 times, it's difficult for everybody. Even for me, it is difficult in my own way. But
let's remember the next person.
Let's remember the next person.
Let's not get too lost in our own. Like you said, it's
Yes.
difficult for everyone.
Yes.
But even in our struggle,
Yes.
in our season,
Yeah.
let's remember the neighbor.
Let's remember the neighbor. Don't wait until when you can write a check. I have written a check to feed you for a whole month. Do it with
Whatever
100
you
shillings
have.
that you have in your pocket and feed one child.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all the inspiration we needed today
Yes.
in this set. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
You're welcome.
I'm curious to ask, though, with everything that you've experienced,
Yeah.
the girl who didn't know what a future would look like, and look at you now, supporting many Kenyans
Yes.
and being a powerhouse in your own right.
Mhm.
What are you most grateful for? And having your daughter here with you,
Yeah.
cheerleader at the back, watching mom do great things. What
Yeah.
are you most grateful for?
I am most grateful for the opportunity to touch a life.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Good
Because when I am long gone, I want to leave a legacy.
Good.
When I'm long gone,
Yeah.
I want to be mentioned. My mentor is in the grave, Mother Teresa. But even in the grave, she
You're
mentors
mentioning
me.
her. Oh,
And I would love, even in the grave, to be an inspiration to somebody.
amen.
That somebody will remember they used to live Gladyss and they get inspired. That would be my happy moment. That would be my legacy I would love to live. And you know, somebody said, if you can find a needy human being, there is an opportunity for you to be kind.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Those are opportunities that now excites my heart.
And
Yeah.
may it be so. May it be so.
Yeah.
I think already you're leaving that legacy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
You're
God bless you
Amen.
and increase you, and you've inspired all of us
Yeah.
to whatever situation you may be in right now. Like she mentioned, I know it's been difficult in the past year, but even in our situation, may we remember the next person. That's a lesson I'm taking from you today.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if she can do it, so can you. Look at Gladyss now. You've heard her story. Thank you for making time for us. Thank you for inspiring us.
Yes.
To you at home,
Yeah.
stay positive, stay safe, be kind, and remember the next person. Good night and God bless.